What we created this event for was to give people a completely different perspective on the power of networking, because most people don't do it, and or if they do it, they don't do it well. And what you find is when you get people engaging and connecting, humanizing the approach of connecting at the level that we try and create in these Ripple events, not only do you learn something about other people, but you learn something about yourself. And so the goal, as we go forward and try and take this out into more of a community sort of tribe approach, is to create these groups so that we can get self-sustaining, organizing groups that can really help one another in a way that I don't think traditional networking will.
Honestly speaking, I found out about the Ripple through my brother, Carlin, who does the Ripple with Steve.
A friend of mine, also a South African, comes here, so he told me about it.
My friend Carlin invited me to come along and told me it was a good place to do networking and trying to promote myself and my business to the people in the community here.
Through Mary Gatlin. I think she's been here and she's mentioned it several times before. And I was interested, but never really had the opportunity. Last week she said she had a ticket she wasn't going to use. I said, I'll go for you. And so here I am.
It sounds to me like it's networking without the smoke and mirrors.
I think the difference, as I understand it, is getting to know people more on a personal level versus initially versus knowing what you do, your status, your business, things of that nature. Getting to know people as they are. My experience in business is you like to do business with people that you like. And so I think that's what this event might represent, getting to know people on that level.
I know Carlin had mentioned that there's a theme for the evening and, not to discuss what you do, just trying to, get to know people.
I know about this much. I looked it up today, actually, right before I got here. In all honesty, I really don't know very much. And I have no expectations, which is kind of exciting.
I guess the thing I hope to get out of it is just to meet some good people.
I think a lot of people talk a big talk when they're not necessarily all action. So I think that taking out the sales pitch maybe brings it down to more of a leveler.
Well, the difference would be, I suppose, when you go to a more traditional type of networking event, you have a pre-planned agenda that you're going to do and, really discussing in depth what you do from the beginning. This is kind of the opposite of that, I suppose.
I'm sorry. I really don't have any. I just think it's exciting to try something new every now and then and not know anything about it.
Not yet. I guess I have to be in the event. Like I said, I'm just really excited about meeting some different people, and I like the atmosphere. Everyone so far seems pretty nice, so that's it. I'm sure after the event I'll have a lot more to say.
To meet some people, to hone some networking skills and, talk to people and get some interaction going. Just kind of oil my interaction skills. And maybe to meet somebody that can help me find employment and do business with.
Just making contacts with people and, trying to promote myself and what I do to people and get greater name recognition, hopefully.
I would like to make some new friends. Maybe a laugh or two. Just a good time.
Yeah. My big goal is to get these events to build this Ripple community first throughout the entire state of Texas and then go national with this. So for the rest of this year, I'm going to be working on getting these events and building a Ripple community, a community of people that are dedicated to helping each other accomplish their business goals and their personal goals, and using this as a way to better your life and better your business.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the process. I came in here, networking is not a natural process for me. I find there's too much pressure to fall silence and paint yourself in a good light. So I think this process was good for me. I enjoyed it in that there was no pressure to ask the right question or say the right thing or whatever. It was a guided process. I enjoyed the fact that the business was separated from the interaction. So the business end of things came after you'd actually gotten to engage with the people one-on-one and know a little bit about them and what makes them tick. So I liked that separation. and the fact that you did eventually get to know what the business was, because then you start thinking, well, you know, maybe I don't know anything that can help this person, but I know somebody that knows something that can help them.
I was really impressed. I met some really interesting people in a very unusual way, and it was fun. It was, you know, there wasn't that feeling of being nervous or feeling that you had to, you know, pretend like you were somebody that you weren't.
Yeah, I was impressed. I mean, it was not what I expected. It was kind of a disarming atmosphere, which I felt very good about, because usually when you try to network and meet people, you do feel like you have to kind of put on airs and be somebody you're not. And the questions definitely made you think about other things, and you know, trying to get to know people on a more personal level.
First Ripple, I thought it was great. You know, I had a general idea of what to expect, but I didn't realize the quality of people I would come in contact with. I mean, engaging in this event, really getting to know people on a personal level. For me, I like doing business with people that I like, and I think that's pretty general for most business people. So I enjoyed that. I really did. And I like the fact that there was no pressure. I like the fact that, you know, there's no motivation for people to throw their business at you to make money. You know, you're just getting to know people on a real level, and it's a good thing. I think the Ripple community, people coming back and engaging in these events more often, will really be beneficial for them. You can meet some really good people, but if you don't keep that connection with them, you never know what can happen.
It made me feel great because I was able to share something that I normally wouldn't, because it doesn't come up very often.
I guess it's kind of what I did expect. I mean, I kind of expected the unexpected, which was really, really good. And like I said, you know, having to think about different things with the questions, and just getting to meet a diverse group of people, you know, from different fields, and it was really interesting. You had to hear some really interesting stories.
Well, I think if you're interested in networking, this is a good way to start. It's a good way to put your foot in the water, because it's non-threatening, there's no pressure, and you'll find yourself talking quicker before you even think about it. You're having engaging conversations with people, and actually you find yourself to be far more interesting than you thought you were.
I will come back to another event, though, and who knows what can happen. I'm looking to expand in the South Austin, Kyle area, and, you know, being here, I'm exposed to people living in this area, so you just never know.
We're speaking about doing web design. You know, since in my business I do want to try to create a better website for ourselves. I want to definitely get into contact with them.
Well, there was one woman here that wasn't looking for business, she was looking for friendship, and I would like to have a discussion with her.
I would say that that you should try it. That it's a different way, a different approach of getting to know someone, and to network also is, you know, is crucial. I think that that is pretty amazing. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well, I would definitely recommend coming. It's a great way to connect with people. Makes you think about a lot of different aspects. You know, kind of takes you out, you know, like you said, takes you outside of the box, and trying to connect with people on a personal level, and not being in that business mode all the time. And at the same time, you're making connections with people to help your business. So it's a great approach.
There was one chap, I can't remember, I think it was Steve, yes. Was it? He asked for my business card, or he said I mustn't leave without connecting with him, so okay. I'm going to go find him after this.
I think that taking part in it and continuing to do so is where the most benefit will be gained for the future. Because you may meet, like I said, 8 minutes is a good time to speak with someone to get an idea of who they are as a person, and that can last a lifetime. So, you know, if you want to come to the Ripple, I highly advise it. Very professional, without the anxiety of a professional environment, so to speak. You know.